The clock is ticking to appeal your personal property tax assessment. You have 7 days until the deadline in St. Louis County.
Our Mercedes McKay has been following the story really for months now. And before we get into that appeal process, I really want to know what you're hearing from people out there. I will tell you, can I just say, this came up in our house last night. We were like, oh my gosh, our mortgage went up.
No, it's kind of crazy, and everyone's experiencing it. So I've spoken to many residents, and Plus 5 on your side even received several emails about the increases people are experiencing in their personal property tax assessments. Some are seeing 15 to 20%, and others actually even saw an increase of 60%.
Wow. So was this to be expected?
Unfortunately, I know it's not what people want to hear, but in some instances, yes, but then in others, no, and that's where the appeal process comes in. So I dug into the numbers and found that according to the St. Louis County Assessor, the median price for a single-family home as of January 2025 increased about 13.4% since 2023. So that would explain why homeowners say this year's assessment is a huge jump from 2 years ago when the last one took place. But the reason we're talking about it this morning is because you do have a right to fight this. St. Louis County Assessor Jake Zimmerman said in a statement, quote, "When it comes to your property value, I'm like an umpire. My job is to call it as I see it with the information that I have, but you know more about the condition of your home than we do. So if you think I got it wrong, you have the right to file an appeal."
Oh, I do like that statement.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, this is your right. I don't always have the right information. So that's why we're telling people this, because you can't fight this. It's not that they're not expecting people to fight it.
Yeah, and you should really, because it's like leaving money on the table potentially, right? So I know that you went through the process of appealing. What are some tips that you might have for homeowners who want to get ahead of that deadline?
Yeah, so these are really crucial. So first off, appeals can be filed in 3 different ways: online, by mail, or in person. So the St. Louis County Assessor's Office tells us actually the quickest and most convenient way is online. That's at www.stlouiscountymode.gov/BOE. And as Michelle mentioned, I don't have a home, but I kind of went through the process as if I did. So I spoke to a realtor about a few tips on filing a successful appeal. So first, you'll want to review your property record just to make sure the assessor's office has accurate information about your property size, condition, and features. So that's what the county assessor was talking about. They may not have all this right. You can actually look that up on the county's website under real estate search. Second, gathering documentation is also crucial to a successful appeal. So collect recent appraisals, sales data for homes like yours, and even photos highlighting any issues that may affect your property's value. Because the thing is, Michelle, your mortgage may be different than the person's next to you, because even if y'all are in the same neighborhood and have the same square footage, you may have an older home or you may have updated your home. That affects your property tax assessment as well. If you've done a lot of updates on your home, that's going to make it higher.
Yeah. Well, it's like some of my neighbors have sold their homes for more than what they purchased them for. So, you look at this and think, well, if I have it assessed for less, is that going to affect the property value when it comes time to sell? So maybe some people are holding out hoping that they could sell their house for a higher price.
And just want to remind everyone, 7 days. So the deadline to appeal in St. Louis County is Monday, July 14th, and there's no extension. There's none of that. That is the deadline. Well, it's kind of by law.
I was going to say, knock on wood, that everything goes smoothly with the website.
Yes, I know, because the senior one was a little tough.
A little
Good
dicey.
luck to everyone out there.